Well, let's get talking now. Mr. Olusegun Okwade is the chairman in Ikeja District Society of ICANN. He joins us via the telephone now. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Okwade. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Frank.
Yeah. Let's get your thought on the continuous rise in the prices of cooking gas. Of course, this is something that everyone should have access to, but it looks like it's difficult now for everyone to have access to these, given the continuous rise in the price of cooking gas. What's your thought?
Yeah, Frank, can you please speak up a bit so that I pick up that discuss?
Okay, so I was asking you to get your thought on the fact that the economy continued to witness increase in the prices of cooking gas. This is, a commodity that average Nigerian should have access to on the normal urban issue. But it looks like it's becoming more difficult for the average man in the street to have access to these or clean energy, given the fact that not everybody can afford it because of the price increase. So I want to get your thought.
Frank, speaking to this, it falls back to the production that brings availability. And if I think it is small demand and supply that we all learn in economics. When your demand outweighs your supply, definitely what it brings about is increase in the price of that particular commodity. But when the supply outweighs the demand, then it's bound to be reduction in the cost. And what we have seen over time is that the gas availability is not there. And the pressure keeps coming in. We share gas in the country, and we're supposed to make conversion of some of these things into what we can use, even at home in the domestic sector. But we discovered that some of these things are still being broken into the country, and it creates so much pressure on the foreign exchange. So it goes to the length that if we start producing these things locally, and we have the availability of it so much that everyone can pick up it, the cost will definitely drop. Those days you buy gas at the rate of 3,800 when it's not at this level of insecurity, busting of pipelines and the rest. So I think the major cause of this thing is that there is no availability of the product. For the little that are available, there is so much pressure on it, even for the number of people that are using it, and that necessitated the increase of price.
Let me come in with these. Of course, the issue of demand and supply will always play a significant role in determining how the prices swing. But again, if you look at the report by the NBS, from one state to the other, the prices differ. If, for instance, in Ebonyi, for instance, recorded the highest average retail price for the refilling of a 12.5 kg, that's amount to around 11,201. But if you check somewhere around Delta, it's around the same product and the same measurement goes for as 10,926 naira. But again, in Ekiti, it also differs. So these disparities, how do we reconcile it? Because if you talk about the factor of demand and supply, does it play here?
Yeah, the other area you look at is the logistics and the proximity and accessibility of the end user to the availability of the product. If you go down the line, I'm sure you know the cost of that particular product in the Northeast as you speak cannot be compared to what you have in the Delta region. And what is the reason? There seems to be more availability in that part of the plant because an average people person may not actually be using it because of the level of insecurity. So aside the demand and supply, the logistics of moving such to the area of the end user contribute also. You know that even in the PMX, because of PMX, you can see that we now operate at range. Even in the Lagos, people that are the outskirts of Lagos buy fuel at the rate of 179, 180, and difference that we are seeing.
Let's look at the implication. Of course, some analysts or some experts have looked at the fact that there has to be an alternative out, and that's, of course, looking another way out, or looking for an alternative to this. It's the fact that a lot of people are taking to using coals and charcoals, and of course firewood as well. This, of course, is an implication of the fact that some people cannot afford it anymore. But again, how do we ensure that we address it, head in a long term? Because it has continued this way for quite a while now. Some attributed it the fact that the prices of the exchange rate has gone up, and the fact that the government has not been able to address or curtail or tame the rise in the exchange rates at that segment of the market is a factor.
Yeah, if you seek for alternatives, I want to say that if you look at what global space is going currently in terms of cleaner energy environment, the alternative will contradict what the global space is actually saying. When you talk about the cooking state and the new state and the weather thunder, the health implication cannot even be quantified. So I think the area we need to look at what the government is doing in making those products available, even for the end users at the minimal cost. I remember years I was in last year when the association of these gas distributors were complaining that they import some of these gas. And it shocked me that this is what we have readily available, being fair that we cannot just process so that we can have availability of it. So I don't think even other areas will be the alternative, but government working in bench now to make sure that the crude, which is the raw materials that we have, when it's being processed locally, we can have a byproduct, which is one of them is this cooking gas, to be available for people to use. It's not something you negotiate. It's something that should already be available for everyone to use because of the greener environment, clean and greener environment that we are actually advocating for in global space.
Okay, let's move to the next story, which of course talked about the capital importation into the country, which of course the value rising by 75.34% in the second quarter. One will be wondering what is responsible for this, given the fact that the economy, which is being affected by the interest rate, hike in interest rate, you also have inflation rate, the high cost of energy as well. It's not making things, better. These are some of the indicators that a lot of investors are looking before they can invest. But it looks as if, the reverse is the case. What do you think is working in favor of Nigeria with the fact that we're recording a rise in capital importation into the country?
Yeah, the basic thing that is giving this value is the fintech world. You discover that because of the space at which the fintech operates, a lot of people are working locally and are sending their money into the country. I have the young guys who do not live the shore of their roof, but work with 2-3 organizations out there, and they pay them and they get their money into the country. So I think this has given rise to so many people bringing in the influx of those currency, and I think that has actually increased the capital importation into the country. But aside that, I'm sure you know because of the level of insecurity, FDI has actually reduced because of the insensitive nature of the government policy. Most people are not actually coming in to invest in us. But I can tell you for free that the space that has increased this capital importation has been more of the fintech world, because our guys are rated as one of the highly recognized.
So just a moment. So just a moment.
Even from their station, they are, and some of this money are coming into their pockets.
So what you're saying is that this importation, this record, is not necessarily from foreign investors, but of course, Nigerians in diaspora who want to invest in the country, who are also sending and remitting some dollars into the country. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that Nigeria Nigerians who are here, who are getting international jobs, who are working from their local states, keep increasing in this climb. If you look at the FDI, I can tell you for free that nobody is actually bringing in investment like we had before because of the level of insecurity and because of the policies from a certain office administration. So it's more of people who are local here, but working in the tech space and providing services to the outside world and earning their money.
Okay, let's quickly move on to the next story. Funds repatriation, of course. Emirates restores flights to Lagos September 11, and that decision is based on the fact that the federal government has begun, repatriation. Part of the money has been repatriated. Over 200 million US dollars have been repatriated. How do you react to this news?
Well, good news that we are back to the space, but there's a lesson here. How can we sustain that such things will not repeat itself? It's about image of the nation in the global space. This has happened in time past, it's happening again. How can we avert it in such a way that we don't have to resort to threat or clamp down where people need to shut down their services to us before we do what is needful on their part? I think that's an area that I want the federal government to look at so that we can have continuous operation of some of it, because that is one contributing factor even to us. It has actually put a lot of the travelers on hotspots to look for alternative airlines, which I will always tell you has increased because 1, 2, 3 of them have left. Those that were still able to manage themselves to carry on the operation definitely had no option because of the surge on their part of
just to wrap it up, just a moment. Let me come in, Mr. Kwande. Just a moment. Just to wrap it up now on this particular story. I mean, some people have alluded to the fact that the federal government did that in the first place, even though the federal government didn't come out to tell us the reason why they did that. But they said that they did that because so as to address the forest crisis, because at a point, I mean, it seems as a crunch. In that particular segment of the market, talking about scarcity of the dollars, and someone who wants to travel couldn't access the dollars, and then why do you have to repatriate this much funds in dollars? And then that, of course, I think that was what they said that the federal government was trying to protect against. But I needed to give us one thought on this final story. Foreign exchange market, naira, of course, has been, gaining in the past few weeks, but yesterday we saw a decline in the official window there as the rate between the US dollars closed at 429 naira, 44 kobo to 1 US dollars. This is, of course, is the official window, but if you go back to the black market, you will discover that it's still within 600 to 700 naira. How do you react to this?
Yeah, well, until the needful is done, we'll continue to have high increase in it. Because we are import-based, we put so much pressure on foreign exchange. And we have said it that the way we can collapse the windows that we have, so just a single way. Look at the gap between the official rate and the black market. So, Frank, I'll put it to you. If I give you an official rate of $3,000 that you claim that you want to use, I just believe you can exchange this in the public market even for 2 weeks before you make it your fee, and you can imagine the margin that you will make on this. So we have said, let's collapse these windows of having official rate and black market. Let the process of demand and supply, which we know plays a major role in the foreign exchange market, to have its way. Until Nigeria become more productive, this may not go down so distance, because practically every sector relies majorly on the foreign exchange as means of doing something. Go to the education sector, those that want to jump, those that want to leave this country, they look at it. Go to the health sector, even our leaders travel out to go and get their medical. Now, what do they use? They use the same dollar, tourism, and part of vacation. So this is putting huge pressure on the foreign exchange. And until we start investigating and proceeding locally, you cannot even talk of so much things that we use. Majority of them are imported. And what do we pay for? The dollars to pay. So I feel government should be intentional about it, in making sure that we have a very wonderful, robust, and a conducive environment to make sure that businesses grow, businesses succeed, and when we produce and make those things locally, it will reduce the pressure of the foreign exchange and naira can be done.
I mean, I'm optimistic that someday, of course, 1 naira will become, it will be equal to $1 as it was in the 80s. But of course, talking about devaluation or allowing the exchange rate to flow by way of demand and supply, well, I'm not sure if the government has the capacity or what the current state of the economy now has that structure, to accommodate that. But on this one, I want to thank you for.
All they need to do is just to put this in place, but that is where we need to go.
Okay, thank you so much. Olusegun Okwande is the chairman of Kenya District Society of ICANN. We appreciate your time on the program.
My pleasure, always. Thank you.
You're also watching Business Breakfast, coming to you live from our studios still to come after the break. Nigeria lost over 9,000 medical doctors to the United Kingdom, Canada, and the USA between 2016 and 2018 as an estimated 70,000 skilled professionals immigrate from Africa each year. Well, this is our focus of course, when we come back from this break, this is what we'll be talking about just after this moment. Please stay with us.